How dare you say that fish live in the ocean? It's preposterous. How dare you not support Obama's gun control agenda, or you're racist. Just do whatever we say, even if it flies in the face of common sense. But now Southcom admits they think Ebola will probably come across the border. Now a second person has gotten it in the U.S. from patient 0. So the first person to supposedly officially contract it. And the World Health Organization is predicting 10,000 new Ebola cases per week. We've got an L.A. bus driver quarantined after a passenger yells, "I have Ebola." So you're going to have lots of schizophrenics and attention whores running around declaring that they have Ebola. I think you could get trendies to sign a petition. Like, we're going to do this here in Austin, and we're going to do it down on the border. And you have to phrase it right. Obama, our gracious, dear leader, wants us to help the world. And as the CDC chief has said, leaving the borders open, letting the flights come in is the way to fight Ebola. So shouldn't we all sign a petition to bring the Ebola patients, not just U.S. citizens, but of the world, to the United States, and to not make them feel ostracized, put them in schools with our children? And I think the average trendy will sign it, because self-destruction is their religion. Failure and collapse is their God. Now, let's go over some of these headlines. Kurt Nimmo wrote a story for Infowars.com with video. Dallas nurse, is Ebola airborne now? Scientific evidence, Ebola virus transmitted via infectious aerosol particles. A 3-year nurse at Dallas Presbyterian Hospital told a local television station she fears Ebola may be airborne because another nurse who religiously followed protocols in a hazmat suit still got it. That's what a lot of other top scientists are saying. We, of course, have been criticized for publishing those reports linked to the CDC. We've been attacked by the mainstream media for actually reporting facts, which is a badge of honor. Please keep throwing me in that briar patch. Most U.S. hospitals cannot safely handle Ebola patients. Another story breaking that down on Infowars.com. Sick passengers on Boston flight prompt Ebola scare, hazmat crews on scene. So even bigger than the virus itself is the hysteria. That's what I meant to get to at the start of the segment. Even bigger than the deaths, which are tragic, is the fear in the economy this is going to cause. And could they use, as I predicted before this happened, a bioweapon release as the pretext to smokescreen a worldwide economic collapse, blaming it on that, not the end of the fiat fractional reserve banking derivatives market. Another headline, AP, Ebola patient cared for by 70 hospital staffers. World Health Organization says Ebola is modern era's worst health emergency. Ebola epidemic has killed more than 4,000 people, they now say. Guaranteed much higher than that. Ebola camps, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, by Steve Watson. Fox analyst calls for quarantine camps in every city. That's right. Don't control the border. Don't stop the flights. Let it start spreading. And then lock up anybody who looks like they're a little bit sick with a bunch of people with Ebola, ensuring it spreads. I told you months ago that's what they do. Because whatever the most evil, out-of-control policy is to make the crisis as bad as possible, this political class will do it. It's how they operate. It's what their mindset is. So there's some of those headlines. Let me continue with the headlines. After telling you it's no big deal, there's no crisis, there's no problem, CDC urges all U.S. hospitals to think Ebola and to get ready to respond to it after they brought them in. That's AP. World Health Organization, again, says Ebola is modern era's worst health emergency. Just thought I would throw that out there. They let it get out of control. And now it's going to give the UN and the federal government and all these central agencies more power when they openly say they want to reduce world population. We've got more on Ebola coming up. We will return and get to all the latest and some other news I haven't gotten to, cover some other news, and fire out the number.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
We all have our own idea about what being safe and secure means. The door's locked, bills are paid, you've got a job that keeps the lights on, and a home to call your own. But what happens when Mother Nature throws a curveball?
I'm telling you to take cover.
Are you prepared to live without electricity or passable roads for weeks at a time? Do you even have a plan B? If you do, are you willing to bet your life on it?
Children left with no homes.
And no one's coming to help them.
The first step towards self-reliance in the face of disaster is a visit to MyPatriotSupply.com. There you'll find the absolute best prices on storable foods, non-GMO seeds, emergency water filtration devices, and so much more. All orders over $49 qualify for free shipping in the lower 48 states. Call 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927 and speak to one of our preparedness advisors today. Or visit us at MyPatriotSupply.com. Remember, before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare.
On September 30th, 2014, the first confirmed case of Ebola appeared in the U.S. This, combined with several other unidentified viruses, have some of our customers at 30dayfoodsupply.com concerned about the safety of our domestic food supply, resulting in a surge of our $99 90-serving kits. While we at 30dayfoodsupply.com have no expertise in epidemiology, we are aggressively purchasing raw materials that are currently in stock, and we intend to continue to sell our 30-day non-GMO emergency food supply for only $99 as long as we can. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from the producers in Oregon and then pass the savings on to you. Call 541-229-0010 and purchase our 30-day, 90-day serving emergency food supplies for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website at 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010. 541-229-0010.
In today's unstable environment, self-protection is critical. Civil unrest, riots, looting, it's happening now right here in the United States, and your rights are at risk. If passed, H.R. 5344 would ban Level 3 and above body armor. Cady Armor is standing up for you. We offer the most affordable Level 3 body armor on the market. Cady Level 3 armor withstands pistol and rifle hits up to 7.62 NATO. Get yours at CadyArmor.com. That's CATI Armor.com. Cady Armor. Come and take it.
Are you happy doing your laundry with perfume detergents that irritate your skin? Are you happy washing your hands with stinking fragrances that gives your skin rashes? Are you happy paying new, higher prices for smaller boxes? Find your happiness today with our 1 to 4 year supply of pure soaps, or our 1 to 2 month sampler with bar soap, shampoo, laundry, and dish soap at 5starsoap.com. You deserve the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com.
Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. We're here live, back weeknights, 7 o'clock Central. I'm your host, Alex Jones. The news websites, again, are Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. The panic that is going to ensue out of Ebola being allowed to come to this country and spread is clearly engineered, clearly contrived, so Obama can put executive orders in, shutting down more power plants, going after the Second Amendment, putting our troops under NATO command outside Congress, launching more wars to support ISIS. That's in the news today. Turkish airstrikes hit Kurds, not ISIS. Turkey wants ISIS to conquer Syria. Yeah, they armed them to begin with. North Korean leader has reappeared in public. That's some of the news that's coming up. But the United States and the whole world is sitting on top of a derivatives and a devalued currency bubble. And I've always said they could use a global pandemic outbreak, whether real or manufactured or exacerbated, or a large regional war as the political cover to implode the world economy. At this point, statistically, maybe 200, 300 people have come in contact with patient zero. As they become infectious, let's say half of them become infectious. That's a high number. But let's just say half of them become infectious. That's 100, 150 people. If they don't get instantly quarantined and are allowed to run around and spread it, then you're talking 300, 400, 500 that end up getting it, and then thousands, and then tens of thousands, and then hundreds of thousands, and then millions. And if it gets to the tens of thousands that end up having Ebola, with the way this country's been trained to panic and hide under the table, if the media shows Osama bin Laden sock puppet on TV, it will bring industry and schools and commerce to a standstill of panic. And then the CDC will roll out Obamacare. Who would have thought federalization of healthcare would have helped coordinate it and bring the epidemic under control? That's the type of quote you'll hear. Because if they put real operations into place that they should have done on a micro scale, on a large scale, it will end up stopping it. And now they've set up the model of medical tyranny and Obama's expanded executive order about disappearing anyone with a respiratory illness. That's why they have the headline out today that is so incredibly important in Bloomberg, where top scientists and others are very, 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 very upset and are saying you should have had separate medical facilities to hold Ebola patients. You should have never brought Ebola patients here to begin with. And the medical workers have to be in full spacesuits, and you have BioShield government level 4 facilities. And so now they're saying they're going to take people to level 4 facilities and build camps around them. But they had to first let it get going, see? And so it's in the news. Oh, the CDC didn't follow its protocol by accident, but now they are, and they're re-looking at it, and they're building these emergency centers for you. Oh, but they're going to keep the flights coming in to prime the pump as Africa, large areas of Africa, collapses with people piling onto the aircraft to come here. Until it gets out of hand. And they're going to have checkpoints with cops with thermometers, digital thermometers, scanning your faces. The cops are going to be in masks. They're going to be getting it. All because the criminals that run our government brought it here. And you're going to have the media saying, people were down on Obama at first, but his response to it, he looked like a great leader. Look at him in a hazmat suit visiting people at the Ebola camp in New Jersey. He's got a lot of courage. Well, it's his dedication. Sally, back to you. I mean, you can see the whole stinking rollout of this scripted event, and it makes me want to throw up. Truly, truly insane that they would allow this to get to that point and only now come out and talk about putting in the default procedures. But if they would have put the default procedures 2 months ago, like Europe did, and like the Arab countries did, this wouldn't have happened, and we couldn't have had this non-citizen from Nigeria with a fever, vomiting, flying back to the U.S. to try to go to the hospital to get treatment. And our healthcare system is so hopelessly broken. I've had them try this with my kids before. They've got a bacteria, or they've got a virus, and they try to give them antibiotics for a bacteria when they have a virus. They don't even test them to see if you have a virus or a bacteria. They just give you antibiotics. And then Jesse Jackson
on the march.
says it's racism.
The empire's
no,
on the run.
It's our screwed up
Alex Jones
system.
and the GCN radio
I'm going
network.
to find that Bloomberg article here and come back with that because I can't find it.